Berries, especially blueberries, are a jewel of the natural world, both in appearance and in function. Small, vibrant, and bursting with flavor, they carry a concentrated load of phytonutrients that far outweigh their size. But when we talk about berries in the context of fat loss, it's important to strip away the trendiness and really understand why these fruits, so simple and accessible, can make a meaningful impact on your body's ability to manage fat, particularly in the long term. This isn't about sugar shaming or carb cutting. This is about supporting your metabolism where it truly begins, in your genes, your blood sugar, and your cellular communication systems. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, they all offer benefits, but blueberries in particular have been widely studied for their influence on fat metabolism and insulin sensitivity. The key to this power lies in a family of compounds called anthocyanins, which give blueberries their deep blue-purple pigment. Anthocyanins are a type of flavonoid with strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. But they do more than mop up free radicals. They appear to influence gene expression, particularly genes involved in fat storage and energy use. In laboratory studies, blueberry compounds have been shown to downregulate genes involved in lipogenesis, the creation of new fat, and upregulate genes that promote fat oxidation. That may sound technical, but the effect is simple. Blueberries help your cells become more efficient at using fat for fuel, while reducing the signals that encourage your body to store excess fat, especially the dangerous visceral fat that wraps around your organs and raises your risk for heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Even more impressive is how blueberries impact insulin sensitivity, which is one of the root determinants of whether your body stores calories as fat or burns them as energy. In people with insulin resistance, a condition that affects millions silently, blueberries have been shown to help restore more balanced glucose processing, leading to fewer blood sugar spikes, lower insulin levels, and ultimately, less fat storage. What makes berries particularly remarkable is that they deliver these benefits without contributing to the problem. Unlike many fruits, berries are naturally low in sugar and high in fiber. That means they satisfy a sweet craving while actually slowing digestion, reducing the glucose load, and nourishing the gut microbiome. A single cup of fresh blueberries has about 80 calories, 3.6 grams of fiber, and an impressive dose of vitamin C, vitamin K, and manganese, all of which support the complex machinery of metabolic health. And yet, for all their strengths, here is the necessary caution. Berries should be eaten in whole, unsweetened form. Commercial berry products, jams, juices, sweetened yogurts, breakfast bars, are often stripped of fiber and laced with sugar, which undermines their metabolic benefits. A blueberry muffin is not a health food. It's a dessert, and while occasional treats are fine, they should never be confused with the healing power of actual, unaltered berries. If possible, choose organic to avoid pesticide residues, especially with strawberries, which consistently top the dirty dozen list. In terms of how to eat berries for fat loss, there are endless possibilities, and they don't require sacrificing pleasure. Add a small handful of fresh blueberries to a bowl of plain Greek yogurt, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and maybe some chopped almonds for crunch and protein. Blend them into a morning smoothie with leafy greens and flaxseed. Top a warm bowl of steel-cut oats with thawed frozen berries for a burst of flavor that needs no added sugar. Even frozen berries, if unsweetened, retain their antioxidant and fiber content, making them a budget-friendly, year-round option. There's something deeply emotional, even nostalgic, about eating berries. Their flavor is concentrated, bright, sometimes tart, sometimes sweet, never overwhelming. They feel like nature's candy, but with none of the aftermath. No crash, no guilt, just a lightness, a signal to the body that this is real food, designed not to seduce and spike, but to nourish and regulate. And there's more. Berries don't just affect the metabolism in isolation. Their antioxidant properties help reduce low-grade inflammation, the same kind that subtly interferes with thyroid function, hormone signaling, and fat-burning enzymes. Chronic inflammation isn't always felt as pain. It often shows up as stubborn weight, fatigue, brain fog, and cravings. Berries help cool this fire gently from the inside out. They are a food that protects, even as it heals. So no, berries are not a diet trick. They are a metabolic ally. Small, quiet, and incredibly potent. They remind us that food doesn't have to be restrictive to be effective, that sweetness can still exist in a fat-conscious lifestyle, and that healing real fat loss isn't about deprivation, it's about choosing wisely, consistently, and with care.